In today's lesson, we're going to talk about how to become numb to rejection. Okay, I was talking to someone last night, and the person says, you know what? Actually asked me the question, is there a better platform than Facebook for recruiting? Because I seem to get tons of rejection on there. How many of you feel that way? Well, the reality is, the problem is not Facebook. Because if you go Instagram, you're going to get rejection. If you go to LinkedIn, you are going to get rejection. Doesn't matter what platform you do. If you go out in the street and talk to people, if you go to BNIs, you go to meetups, you're going to get rejection. So the issue is not the platform. It's with you. How do you handle that rejection? And I'm going to be no BS, straight up talk with you. If you can't get over rejection, you're never going to be successful in any business. You never. Because it's that's what part of business is like. Think about the store owner, right? The restaurant owner. When he's sitting there, everyone's walking by that restaurant. They're not going in there. That's rejection. Does he cry about it? Maybe he's bothered, but any business, there's rejection. There's more people who don't buy than people who buy. Every type of business. Think of any grocery store. People walk by, drive by. They don't stop by right now to buy. Every restaurant, every store out there, right? So how many people see ads? You go to any website, banner ads. How many people see that? How much people buy? So you have to get over rejection. If you can't get over the feeling of what people think about me or rejection, you're never going to be successful in anything. And by the way, this is one of the things why network marketing is a great way. If you love network marketing, you want to do it forever, or you see this as a vehicle to do something else, great, because this will teach you how to get numb over rejection. I used to couldn't handle rejection at all, right? And so network marketing really laid the foundation for it. So let me share with you. Every leader gets rejected. Okay, every leader should get rejected. But here are a couple of tips to help you out. Number one is know that people are not rejecting you. They're not rejecting you, saying you're a loser, whatever. They're rejecting the message. Not reject. You're the messenger. Right? If you become the message, you're talking too much, you're doing it wrong. You're sending out the video. You're sending someone to look at a tool. They're rejecting the message, not the messenger. So number one, people are not rejecting you. Next thing is, it's your mindset, right? Your mind and the way you see things is very important. So what's a correct mindset? A mindset could be, this is something I use all the time. I'll remind myself, it's their loss. It's their loss. Right? They're not interested. The timing may not be right, but it's their loss. It's not my loss. It's their loss. They have an opportunity to use the best company, best products. They don't use it, want to be involved. Their loss, not my loss. It's their loss because, the second one is because you don't need them, but they need you. They say no to you, it's their loss. Hey, there's millions of people out there. Social media, hundreds of millions of people you can reach out to. Even in your town, wherever you live in, couple thousand people. You move on, right? It's their loss. You don't need them, but they need you. Another thing to think about is, and by the way, do we just stop thinking like this and start reminding yourself that rejection doesn't hurt? You move on. Next thing is, they're not doing you a favor. You're doing them a favor. I'm taking my time to share with you. And if you actually join, I will have to help you. Even if you become a customer, I got to take care of you, service you. I'm doing you a favor, not you doing me a favor. Right? If you do me a favor, then it's like Needy Nelly. Oh, please join, oh. Right? You're like, oh my goodness, it's a please join. That's no posture. You're doing them a favor. Right? Sorry, Needy Nelly. Oh, tell them to join me. Right? That no one's going to join Needy Nelly. Right? You're doing them a favor. They're not doing you a favor. All right. But Needy Nelly, that's the end of your cameo appearance. All right. So, please get me back. No, Needy Nelly, we have other trainings to go on here. Come on. Not until you stop becoming more desperate. All right. Anyway, that's back to it. Next is, this is something helpful too. Visualize the yes. Visualize the yes and successes. Right? Think about it. Don't assume some people will join. They will join. Right? Visualize. And if you've had people join before, had people who watched the video before, had people who became accustomed before, think about those successes. Because when you think about those successes, you less become the needy Nelly. You're less desperate, needy for that person, right? Because you know you can do it, and that builds up your self-esteem. Right? As your self-esteem increases, you do more. All right, couple other things is go for high numbers. This is one of the easiest ways to get over the numb. High numbers, right? This is saying go for no. Talk to more people. If you're talking to 5 people, at the same 5 people needy Nelly's talking to, then yeah, you're going to be, the rejection's going to hurt. And also spend time, talk less to more people, right? Needy Nelly talks too much to 2 people. She's talking to 5 people, and the 5 people said no, it's going to hurt because you're spending all day, all night talking to the same people. Talk to lots, say less to more people. You're the messenger. Deliver more messages and say less. Don't be the message. Because when you say a lot of people, you know, some of you who are cranking it out, right? Purpose-driven networkers, you're prospecting me every day. You got all these people like, oh, I like 20 follow-ups to do. We have 20 follow-ups, so you don't even have time to remember who to follow up. That's when the rejection doesn't hurt, right? Because you have high numbers. Go for the high numbers, talk less to more people. Go for the no. Think about it this way, you get paid for every no. This was something to help it. You get paid for no's. You don't get paid for yes, you get paid for no's. So what do I mean by that? So on average, one of the things that my mentor helped me is 1 out of 100 people will join the business. 1 out of 100, right? Any random people, 100 people, you don't know what you're talking about, will either be a customer or join the business. Either be a customer or join the business. So I figured every time someone signs up, I make $100. So every time someone says, when someone signs up, I make $100. But when they say no, you divide by 100, I get paid $1. You said no to me, ka-ching, I just made $1. Someone said no to me, don't watch the video, I just made another $1. Someone says this is a scam, doesn't work, hey, I just made another $1. Someone says this is not for me, I just made another $1. Every time you get paid for the no's. All right, you get paid for the no's. And you can use whatever thing you want. You can look at the pay plan. Maybe you get $100, $200 when someone joins, or $50. You just divide up the numbers out of 100. You get paid for every no's. That makes you feel better. Next one is track your numbers. Now, I used to, 1 out of 100 was a good indicator for me because it doesn't matter what skill you have. You talk to 100 people, you will get that person. Okay, you will get that person that it will be interested. So track your numbers, because the numbers is the more, think about it, when you have the numbers, what happens is sometimes you don't know where you're at. I think you talk to a lot of people. I talked to a lot of people. How many? I talked to, I don't know, 20 or 30. That's a big difference between 20 and 30. You're much better at 30. Well, I talked to 50, about 50 or 50, 20 to 50 people. There's a lot of big difference between 50 and 20. When you're 50, you're way closer. You're halfway there. Right? It's like when you're on the car, the long road trip, what is the first thing you do? You put on your GPS because you want to know how close you are to your destination. So if you don't track your numbers out of 100, you don't know. Oh, I just got 5 rejections today. I got 4 rejections today. How close are you? You don't know. Track your numbers. Track your no's. Okay? You get paid for the no's. Track your no's. It's like the GPS that lets you know when you approach, when you get to your destination. Meet new people all the time. Clam new people all the time. Again, meet a lot of people. Talk less to more people. The more people you have, that's the easiest way to get over. You're just so busy. You have so many people to reach out to, right? You don't want to be stuck with talking to the same people all the time. And get more rejections. When you get more rejections, you just become numb. Afterwards, you get used to it, right? Here's one more thing before I end. Here's an exercise. I shared this with my purpose-driven networkers with you before, and this is something one of the best advice my mentor got. And actually, one of our purpose-driven networkers, Richard Lynn, did it, and he actually made money from this meeting. Here's the tip. When you ever go out when you ever are ordering food or getting a coffee or eating at a dinner, ask for 10% off. Ask for 10% off. When you get a check, ask for 10% off. And you know what? Oh, you're buying groceries, ask for 10% off. And the person will be like, what the heck? Most people will look at you really weird. And they're like, no, they'll laugh. Some people will laugh. Some people don't, the worst they'll laugh at you. The best they're like, oh, let me talk to my manager. And if you say, why? You say, I come here a lot. I'm a loyal customer. And see what they say. Some people will laugh. I'll say, of my experiences, 10% of person like laugh. What? Most people just politely say, oh, no, we don't do that. I'll say 10% of the time, I actually got discounts. Maybe not 10%, I got 5%. Actually, one of our purpose-driven networkers got a 25% discount. Because the person rang up and made a mistake. Okay, but that's another story. That was funny. But you'll get I get 5% discount. I go to one of my favorite pizza places, ask for 10%. They say, why? Well, I come here all the time. Oh, no worries, I'll give you 5%. But ask, and if they say no, the purpose is not to make the money. The purpose is to get rejected. Say no, and you realize something but I remember the first time I did it, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, my heart's pounding, so nervous. But once I asked for it, whoa, I'm still alive. I'm like, I'm still here. Right? Everything's a muscle. It's like your rejection muscle. You train yourself to get the no's and no's and no's. Because what's the worst thing that can happen? Nothing. That's the worst thing that can happen. All right, so your action step, I just give you a lot of tips how to go over rejection. Go over this and listen to this again and write down all the different steps and how you can help you get over the rejection. I'll make sure you do that, because if you can't go over the fear of rejection, that emotion detachment, it's going to be difficult. It's really going to be hard to be successful. All right, so anyway, give you a lot of tips. That's how you become numb to rejection and develop that emotion detachment to the results.